Welcome to Creative Chaos. My name's Christy. I'm from Flip City Magazine, if you did not already know that. And looks like we've got 11 live viewers. Thank you so much for popping in, saying what's up. I'm just going to say hello to people that I've seen in the chat so far tonight. Vulcan Lives, my mod that never asked to be a mod. Thank you so much for holding that wrench and whacking down any trolls if we ever get any. Darren Wagner, what's up, brother? Fanta, hello, dear, if you're still hanging out. And Rex checked in over on YouTube super early. I doubt you're still here. And over on Pilled, I saw that we got a raid from Madness Comic Network with Ghost Pepper and Pops over there. And Nat Rain, Flip City contributor, actually quite beloved for not being with us for too long. I hear a lot of great feedback from Nat's work, published, I think, in 3 or 4 editions so far. So what's up, Nat Rain? Hello. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. I hope you guys stick around. I did get note that our guest will be here in a few minutes, but of course, we always do our opening first anyway. Also, if you guys liked that music at the beginning, that band was called The Faint, and the link is down in the description. And I'm getting much better at like doing all this kind of stuff live. I'm going to put it in the chat as well. Go check them out. And I just kind of liked how their last song ended with "The Geeks Were Right." All right. That being said, I'm super duper excited to bring in my very special sidekick. I think he's been promoted to actual co-host. Let's bring him in, the Batman. Hello, the Batman.
Howdy.
Hey, I'm gonna embiggen you real quick if I can. Wait, I don't know if I can. I just see you got a Flip City button.
I got a Flip City, but I got 2 Flip City buttons.
Bootleg.
I put one on my vest.
I'm okay with it.
I put one on my vest and one on my hat that I'm going to be wearing when Cosmic and I go to Steel City Con in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania next weekend.
I'm so excited.
So am I. It's been a while since I've been to a con, so I'm going to enjoy this. And Cosmic and I are going to pound a few beers, smoke a little smoke, drink a little drink, and then we're going to go to the con.
That's right. And if you could give a teeny tiny backstory, not too long, we don't need to digress too far, but of your and Cosmic's relationship, and also this kind of marks something in your relationship.
Okay, I got you. I know where you're going with this. So what Christy's alluding to is that Cosmic Grandpa and I, along with 2 other gentlemen, do a show called 3 Beermen, where we talk about beer, pop culture, and technology. Yes, look at that hat. This hat is freaky tonight. I got all kinds of things going on here. But thank you, Vulcan Lives. Or did we decide it's Vulcan lives?
I literally
You're
lose
still
sleep.
hemming and hawing over that. You realize this.
Yeah,
So Vulcan's
I've been losing sleep, still not knowing.
yeah. Vulcan lives. You got to let us know. Is it Vulcan lives or Vulcan lives? Did the Vulcan live? So Vulcan lives or Vulcan lives? You're living Vulcan lives. All right. That's it for Vulcan. Anyway, so Cosmic Grandpa and I do a show about beer, pop culture, and technology. I used to do a show about comics and collectibles back in the day. And then Cosmic was very big into his world with computers, literally growing up building computers his whole life. And then somehow came about finding about a brewery that was available for purchase. So he bought into a brewery, Penn Brewery, right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And Cosmic and I have been doing the show now, what, 4.5 years, Cosmic?
Disembodied voice?
Disembodied voice.
It was 4 years, 2 weeks ago. Remember?
4 years, 2 weeks ago. Yes, thank you. We did a show on it. That I got jammed up on that one, but I got stuck in Connecticut. In the meanwhile, back to the story. So Cosmic and I are going to go to Steel City Con, but the funny part is that Cosmic and I have never personally met. Each of the four of us have never actually met. This will be the first time Cosmic and I get together that we're able to hang out and meet each other in person. And the only other person who's actually done all of this and met all of us except for Hawk is Zoso Dude, who travels around the country, another fellow podcaster here on pill.net. And so this is going to be a fun time that Cosmic and I are going to have together. And we're going to put together some pieces for the show. And on Sunday night, after the show, we'll kind of have like a rehash. I don't know how much we're going to be able to show. We'll see. It depends on how much editing we get done in between drinking and smoking.
Nice. No, I think that's what I'm most excited for both of you for is that you guys get to meet each other for the first time, especially after knowing each other for so many years and really
We've known
not
each other longer.
being.
We've known each other longer because we were in H.R. Goodman's chat together at least a year before that, if not more. We were in Craig Mason's chat together. And I think, quite frankly, too, if I'm not mistaken, Disembodied Voice.
Yeah.
Yep. Frankly, is where it started. Zoso and
Joey Mormon.
Joey, and they were all spin-offs from Frankly. And don't forget, Zoso Dude is also the host of the Foxhole Squares every
That's
Saturday
right.
night.
That's
There we
right.
go.
Every Saturday night on the Coffee Talk with Sandra channel over on pilled.net.
You
And
guys need to go. I'm sorry.
hi Michael Ferraro.
Michael Ferraro. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
I didn't
Nice
jump into
guy.
the pill chats yet. I wanted to do that, but I hadn't gotten a chance to turn it on to see who's in our chats.
Well, I called him out at the beginning and it has not changed since.
Ghost
So,
Pepper
yeah.
and Pops.
And Pops and Nat Rain as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like that.
Anyway,
Nat Rain's out there. Good to see you, Nat. Okay, cool.
hey, so it is time to just briefly talk about why we do the reason behind Creative Chaos, besides, you know, shining a spotlight on fascinating people creating fantastic things outside the mainstream. It is because Flip City exists. That is why we do this show, is to also bring a little bit of attention, much needed and much deserved attention to Flip City Magazine. And we've got a campaign running right now. So, cause if we can bring the screen up now, we've got a campaign running right now. It is closing out very, very soon. As you will see here, it says 3 days to go. And I'm not seeing it. I don't know if that's going out live or what, but we have 3 days to go on our campaign. One thing that I just wanted to show people is we have our very first stretch goal ever. We've never done a stretch goal before. It is to if we get to $3,000 before the end of the campaign, we are also giving all physical backers a volume 3. I think this is a great stretch goal because you will see in 2 magazines a huge evolution of what Flip City has been, when we first started to what we are now, and you will see that not that volume 3 is bad, it's just different. You will see that we have evolved and matured over the past 5 years of publishing. So we'd really love to get to that $3,000 stretch goal. And just for anybody that hasn't ever seen our physical magazine, nope, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I have another thing to share. So we have the campaign. You can go to fundmycomic.com/flipcity24 to go back it. And thank you so much, Vulcan, for dropping the link in the chat, so I don't have to fumble around to find it or type it myself.
I
I
was just going to say,
appreciate
can
you.
you drop that in the pill chat too for the other gentleman?
Yes, I will. I will. But I just wanted to plug that really quick and then talk about Grok for one moment. So I've been messing around with Grok. I'm going to bring this up,
I
but
can't even find Grok. He's hiding from me.
you should you should look for Grok. Grok is fun to play with.
I'm trying to
And
find Grok. I have no success.
what's up, crazy
I find him
cat?
all the time.
Um, anyway. So I have a thing because I'm marketing to comic book shops, and I'm like, oh, I need this information for comic shops, like their social media handles, and to double check to see if they're still in business and all this stuff because we're gonna do a postcard campaign soon. And I started manually doing it, and then I'm like, wait, this is stupid. I figured out how to use Grok to basically make CSVs of all the information that I needed,
That's
which
cool.
would have probably taken me a good 2 to 3 weeks to do myself, and I got it completed in 2 to 3 hours.
Wow.
That was
Co-
awesome.
Cosmic's going to have to give me tutoring lessons in this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But then I had fun with Grok today because I want to give a major shout out to Laughing Rogue Games. I don't have a link to anything of theirs. But the reason I wanted to shout them out is I've started gaming, you guys. I am not a gamer, but he has developed a game. It's called Slaughterville, and it is so freaking fun. It's an RPG game where basically you're living out you're kind of acting or living out all horror movies. So like I've been chased by werewolves, and I hid from a zombie today. And so I started messing around with Grok to come up with my character, Kitty. Anybody that follows me on social media knows it's at Kitty Flip City, and she has red hair, blah blah blah. This is pretty much what she looks like. So I decided to ask Grok to have me running away from zombies, and Grok made me a happy one. I'm like, oh no, do it scared. And then, because there's werewolves involved and all that kind of stuff. This one cracked me up. I said, okay, have Kitty running away from a werewolf. There it is. But the secondary image basically looks like the werewolf caught Kitty and she turned. And I died laughing. You're not even looking, Bruce. It's so funny.
It's not in the screen. I can't see it. It's not
Oh, you
showing up
can't
on my
see
screen.
it? Oh,
No, you didn't
bummer.
post it. I'm looking at it on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was looking
Anyway,
down. I'm trying to see it, but you didn't show it to me. So you're hiding it
I
from me. Why are you
no,
hiding things from
I
me?
don't
That's
know.
not nice.
It's like literally like going out live to everybody.
It is to everybody else, but not me. I can't see it.
All right. Anyway, you can watch the replay. It's very, very funny. I had a great time with Grok, both doing business and having fun. And wanted to shout out Laughing Rogue. I've been having fun playing Slaughterville. Anybody that wants to watch us play live, we do it on Thursday mornings at 11 a.m.
I
weekly.
have a
So if you want
question.
to, yeah,
I have a question.
yep.
How many kills do you have?
Oh, that's the thing. I designed my kitty character to not really be that strong, but I'm a healer. So I've healed the shit out of my players, like
Okay.
crazy style. Yeah, so I'm going to stop presenting now and we'll get back to the regular show. But before we get into our guest tonight, Bruce, what do people need to do?
I was waiting for you to get to that point.
I'm
They need
there.
to like, subscribe, share, thumbs up, Ring that red pill. Ring that bell. Click the gold or send us some gold pills if you're on pill.net. But make sure you click that red pill. Like, subscribe, share, ring that bell, and throw us some pills, baby. Red preferred. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Well, this will prove to Christian Zaffo that this is real live. It's not fake live. This is not a premiere. We do this live every week, Thursday nights at 6 p.m. avocado time, 9 p.m. Big
Big
Apple time.
Apple time.
That's right.
So we got Doc Blaylock in the house. I see
Dude,
Crazy Cats.
I have so
Salty's out
many.
there.
It's
Michael
so
Ferraro
cool.
still in the house. And we've got Nat Rain, Ghost Pepper, and Pops still hanging out there in Pilled.
That
So,
is fantastic.
yeah.
Thank you, Salty, for checking in. I hope you hang out for the show. I think we're going to have a wild time tonight. I'm super excited to bring our guest in. And so many of these people I have met being on other streams and everything. So thank you for finally coming over and checking out Creative Chaos. I hope you guys stick around and enjoy the show. This is not a typical like shill stream. It is meant to be an entertainment stream with a little bit of shilling. On that note, I do want to bring in our Eisner Award winning guest, whose name is Vasilis Lolos. And you might ask, well, Christy, how do you get such important and cool people that are recognized for their artwork and writing to have credibility to visit your cute little stream? Well, Vasilis has a comic titled He Punk, which is funding right now. It's a comic book rock opera, and he has it to promote. And I'm bold enough to bug people to come on my cute little stream. So let's watch the He Punk trailer, and we'll meet Vasilis on the other side. It is chaotic.
Hey, what's up?
Hello, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much
Nice to meet you too.
for number one agreeing to come on my stream, but also for sharing. I was telling these guys backstage, you are my number one guest that has shared the most and helped promote, and that meant really a lot to me. So like
Oh,
I'm gonna get a little misty.
that's the point. To
It
get
is.
like people around the internet campfire and like talk stuff and comics and this and that.
And
And stories.
you gotta make a lot of noise too.
Eh, well,
I do at
yeah,
least.
yeah, it is what it is. We try to you know, navigate their waves and the publishing area. Oh, you're smoking. Nice. I was smoking. God damn it.
You were
That's all right. I
meaning
went
like
outside to
you
smoke.
quit?
Yeah, I
Or
quit.
oh,
I quit.
Well,
I do that all the time.
did you quit
Yeah.
smoking and smoking or just
No, I started smoking when I was in the first. Well, it's what we have. It's like the first class of junior high. So like when you're Greek around my age, like once you are like 12, here's a pack of Marlboros and here's a pack of Camels. That's your choice.
that's funny? That's funny.
So
Yeah,
you don't have a choice to roll your own?
yeah. Well, that's what I did like afterwards because like they were way too expensive and it was just like the thing to do back in the. I mean, if you're a poor kid trying to manage like your money between trying to go out and meet other people and
Right.
smoke and stuff, you know. But yeah, I used to have my own, rolling apparatus and everything. I couldn't find
Well,
any when I was in the US though, back in 2005 to 2010. But
well, that's
like,
because you can only find the rolling tobacco in prisons,
nice.
which is where
Yeah,
I learned to roll.
cool, nice.
So, Vilo, I got to ask you a question, sir.
Yo, yo, yo.
Are you ready to fanboy for us?
Yeah, sure. What?
Well, are we going to do
the
fanboy for us, or are we going to go into his pitch?
No, no, no. We are definitely going to fanboy first. This is just Vasilis, this is a very rapid fire way of us getting to know our guest as quickly as possible. And it is
cool.
the Batman or Bruce Q.
Hmm.
Wayne's there segment. So we're gonna get into that segment and he'll tell you what it's all about.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
So, I'm going to ask
You
you a
guys are
series
so
of
organized. I
questions.
love it.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was put together by our producer, Cosmic Grandpa, the
No, I made it.
disembodied,
Nice.
the disembodied voice.
I made it.
You made it?
Cool.
Yes. I have talent.
Oh, I thought
I
he
have
made
talent
it.
and skill. Damn
Damn.
it.
Oh, all right, that was good. So we're going to ask you a series of rapid fire questions, and we want you to
Mm-hmm.
just come out to the first thing that's in your head when I ask you that question. Try not to think too hard about it. Just let it roll off your tongue. So you're going
Okay,
to
cool.
fanboy for us, and I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to ask you what's your favorite movie?
First game Alien. I want to say Hellraiser.
All
A
right.
horror genre. All right, okay. Are you big into horror? Do you like horror movies?
Yeah, it's my comfort zone.
Ah, so you like to be
Okay.
scared into submission. Got it. Okay.
Well, no, it's not scary. I think. I mean, go on, go on. I'll talk about it
Yeah, no,
later.
that's this is good. This is good. I
Do you think
enjoy
it's funny? Do you think
I
it's funny?
Well,
All those decapitated bodies?
well, it's you started watching and you're waiting for the special effects to roll in. It's like playing Mortal Kombat or something, and like waiting for the big show fatality thing to see like the fireworks. But I don't know. I like horror. I like it a lot. Like I don't like disturbing stuff that that they go out of their way to shock you and like just like jump scare you or anything. I hate jump scares and I hate cheap writing when it comes like to the horror like genre. But
So in
so
cheap
wait.
writing,
I was just Oh, go ahead, Christy. I'm sorry.
yeah, in cheap writing, do you mean like you don't appreciate camp, like the
no
campiness?
no 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 not camp, but like kind of like when you watch some movie and you feel like the the people that made it are kind of like talking down to you, like
Yes,
that you're so
indeed.
stupid that like that they're gonna throw like a plot device there and like I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't like edgy stuff for the sake of edgy. It's okay if it's brought up and it really makes sense and it's organic as far as pacing and storytelling goes. I'm very picky. I talk a
So
lot
what
and
is so you said Hellraiser was your favorite?
yeah, I saw it again yesterday. Yeah, we had a
Hellraiser with
marathon.
Pinhead and the box and
Yeah,
the
yeah, everything, all
yeah.
that stuff.
See, I got to be honest with you. I'm not a horror fan, so I know of the characters, but I don't.
Cool.
It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't get
yeah.
me off like a good action film or a,
Oh yeah.
a good
Okay.
rom com. Where I'll
Yeah,
laugh my
I get
ass
it.
off, and something like that. Just
No, I
we each
love
have our own
comedy.
comfort zones, and this is how we get to know you. So my
Yeah.
second question to you, good sir, your favorite artist, any genre at all, from painting to comics to,
Ooh,
whatever. Favorite
uh,
artist.
favorite, just one. Ay. Favorite. I mean, I like a lot of Japanese work, a lot, and a lot of European stuff, and a lot of well, the American comics that I like are very specific kind. It's more like the Frank Miller, Mike Mignola type of eye
The
catching,
artsy
I
the
guess.
artsy books.
Yeah, well, something that like has like something more of I guess strange for lack of better word. But what? Oh, I like my favorite. Oh, I don't have one.
Come on.
Sorry.
Okay, that's
Okay,
that's fair.
I'll say uh, the Masamune Zero, but not not like the Ghost in the Shell stuff, but most like the D sides, Orion and some other like comedy. It's comedy. It's action comedy.
So you're into more of like
Yeah, definitely,
manga art.
definitely, yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Like all the
that's
stuff I
that's
have
that's
here.
fair. That's the answer we want. More of a manga fan. So we get a little bit of more piece
Cool.
about
Hit me,
who
hit
you
me.
are. Your favorite food, anything. What do you like?
Uh, burgers and pizza.
I got a burger waiting for me in the microwave. Yes,
Nice.
a
You
nice
can't
triple
go wrong.
cheeseburger.
You can't go
What?
wrong with either.
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
that's true.
So
Well,
we've got a bunch of
you
people out
can.
here in the
Yeah.
chats, and somebody just backed Heat Punk. So headless bourgeoisie just backed you, and somebody else said they backed you too
Really?
earlier. I'm trying to roll back in the chats and see who it was, but way to
Bourgeoisie.
go,
Headless
way to go.
bourgeoisie says back heat punk. He didn't say he
Yeah.
did back heat punk.
He's,
I'm assuming
he's,
he already did.
he's commanding you, commanding the
And you
rest.
got Justin
Okay.
Bell in the house. What's up, Justin? Good to see you out there.
What do?
Vincini Gaz. Cool. All right, guys, it's good to see you out there. Thank you for joining us. Let's continue on. Your favorite drink,
Uh,
alcoholic or
ra-
non-alcoholic, it doesn't matter.
ram and coke.
Rum and Coke guy. Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
pina colada.
Oh, that's good
Ah,
too. I do like a
okay.
good pina colada and rum
Yeah,
and coke.
He
In
likes he
fact,
likes those pineapple fruity drinks.
yeah. You can just like
Yeah, no.
no, they're
I can only have those
delicious.
in the
they're
summertime.
delicious.
And it's actually really fun if you don't have a straw and drink it, and then you
Yeah.
end up with a milk mustache.
Speaking of milk, Bailey's.
Oh,
Pretty
that's
cool.
good. You like creamy stuff then? You like
Yeah,
creamy
maybe.
stuff in your mouth, Vasilis.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe most likely. Like I've lost that favor for the transparent, like bitter stuff. I don't know. I started drinking beer like very late in life too. Like I hated beer. I hated it
Mm,
because I don't know, I didn't like the taste. I didn't like that it took like so many to get there. I was young.
So
indeed.
I have a creamed whiskey I want you to write down. If you can
Cool.
find it in your area, you need to find County Cork's Five Farms creamed whiskey. County Cork's Five
Yeah.
Farms.
Fine farms, fine.
Five Farms.
mm, Yeah, country whiskey. What?
County Cork. County
Oh,
Cork.
yeah,
County Cork.
yeah. I know. Uh-huh.
Five. Okay. And did it come up? Five Farms? Did the website come up?
You just made him
You're very.
freeze.
Yeah.
Because I had him working on his computer. It
No,
burned up
no
his
more,
bandwidth.
no more live searching. We can do it
No more
backstage.
live searching.
I just called it. And while we wait for Vasilis to
Milo's got
catch
to
up,
unfreeze.
exactly.
We sent him into the area. Yep.
While
He's
we wait for
glitching.
him to unglitch, Headless does say day one he backed the digital.
Okay. Yeah.
All right,
I'm
cool. You're back.
Stop looking
awesome.
things up. You
I'm
can't
not.
do that anymore.
Yeah. I'm not touching. I'm not touching anything
That's why
else.
I
You
said
should be
write
good.
it down. Just gotta write it down. You'll be fine.
Oh
Anyway,
man.
um,
Yeah. Yeah. Just hit me.
any genre again, because we're still going here. Any genre
Mm.
again. Your favorite
Hmm.
character, movie, TV, comic, other favorite character.
Mm. I mean, depends. Like, is it like you identify with characters depending what you wanna
Go
how
ahead.
you wanna get your
This guy likes
favorite
to
character. I
think.
don't know, the Kurgan. Yeah, the Kurgan from Highlander.
Okay, Corrigan from Highlander. All right,
Like that guy.
that's all right. You. That's what we wanted to hear from you. This just gives us a feel as to who you are,
Yeah.
so we get to know you quickly. And the last and favorite band. Pardon me. Your
Here's
favorite
my
band.
favorite.
Right now, Rammstein, consistent and awesome. Then
One
it's
more time.
Metallica,
Rammstein.
Rammstein,
Rammstein.
Rammstein. Yeah, and then
Rammstein.
it's Metallica. Pretty basic.
Rammstein is a thrash band, aren't they?
German is industrial.
Industrial. Okay, it's
Yeah.
classified as industrial by you. Okay,
Eh.
that's okay. So I like industrial music too. Not all the time, but in
Yeah,
the right.
it's not yeah, it's not something you like put on to get happy to. You have to be
Right.
in a specific mood.
Absolutely. Your brain's got to be there to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, that
All right.
concludes our segment. I'm sorry,
Wow.
I said, all right, we're done.
but that just gave us a quick overview of who he is. And Velo, I got to say, loving what I'm hearing already, and love what I saw in the art that you've got on your book. Can we talk about that?
I
Yeah,
love
sure.
the aesthetics. But before we get into that, I don't know if there's a backstory here. He's telling you to give your hamster mouth to mouth. I don't
My
understand.
answer. I have 5 dogs. I don't know. They're small, tiny dogs. Maybe it's that one. I have no idea.
He's
I have
referring
no
to your
idea.
dogs as
Okay.
hamsters. He's trying to equate them as being tiny little things.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if you go
Okay.
to
that's what I
Peru,
figured.
yeah, if you go to Peru, hamsters ain't so small. They're called
I
cooey
know.
out there, and they eat them for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on that note, let's start doing a little bit of shilling. And Vasilis, one of the ways I
Yep.
like to begin is I love knowing how well developed an elevator pitch is to
Mm.
sell your book. So if you can sell me on your book in 30 seconds or less, do it.
It's the book that comes around only once every 30 years. You know the Max, you know Hellboy, you know Lobo, you know Tank Girl. You will find out about Heat Punk.
Nice. And for anybody that was here, right at the start, we did play the trailer. We don't really scroll campaigns here.
Yeah,
But
I like to talk. Sorry.
yeah, no, that's totally fine. And I wasn't even saying we're not going to scroll your campaign. We just don't do it. But for anybody that wants to check it out, definitely go look at the Indiegogo. You'll know what we're talking about. But I love the aesthetic of
Thank you.
your comic. Like the colors you chose, like
Mm, yeah,
it's
it's
very
something.
80s,
Yeah.
that kind of like
It's
what's
early
that?
'80s punk. It's early
Uh,
'80s punk art.
No, but it also just the whole neon color palette
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
What is that
definitely.
called?
The
Vaporwave-ish.
yeah,
Vaporwave-ish.
back in the day, it used to be called the Memphis. What is it? The Memphis something. Not the Memphis Five, but the Memphis something else. It was a team of I think Swedish designers that came up with what we call now the '80s aesthetic, like the zigzag, like neon, like triangles, and all that stuff. But I back in 2005, I did a comic with Image called "The Pirates of Coney Island," and with that book, I accidentally uh, invented bisexual lighting through
Bisexual lighting?
Yeah, you haven't heard
Well,
of
okay, what does that mean?
you don't know about bisexual
No.
lighting? No.
Nope.
Yeah, I
His
didn't
light
know
bleeds
about
into
it.
her light and it becomes a she light, she he light. I don't know.
Yes, it's right now it's what you call when like they have purple and blue like lighting clashing together in one shot. But I did
Kind of like the
thought
stuff they
because
used on Max Headroom.
yeah, point exactly, which was what I was thinking when I did parts of Coney Island and now He Punk, because like back in 2005 and kind of now, like everything's kind of muted color wise, although not as much as it is now. I mean, yeah, no, it was very muted in the mid 2000s. But yeah, I just wanted something to get you. Because like all my other stuff is just like black goth death and terror.
Really, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, so how long before you launch the campaign have you been working on the story itself, and like basically how long from when this was in your brain to where it
Hmm.
is now?
2016, I did the first uh, drawing and moved on to a page straight up. Uh, I see, like I keep saying, I keep forgetting. Like I was cancelled, like since 2010, like completely dropped by everybody. Like people that I knew stopped talking to me, like friends and all that stuff. Just like one day, from one day to another, everybody like disappeared, and I keep forgetting that I'm cancelled. So around 2000 and around 2016, I was still making pitches. Like I forgot that like what happened. So like I was pitching this book to every people around the time that I created it, and like every publisher and editor around that time in Dark Horse, IDW, all the usual suspects. They all were like, "Oh, we love it. It's so cool. Blah 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 blah. Oh, we love it. We love it, but we cannot publish it." I was like, "Okay, thanks."
All right.
No
Well,
shit.
on that note, because I do have it noted here in my production notes, I discovered that you were canceled. Just scrolling your campaign. I love cancellation stories.
Mm.
Because basically, not everybody, but everybody with any kind of like footprint
Yeah,
in the foot in the mainstream has been
yeah,
canceled. That comes on this
yeah,
show, and I love cancellation stories. Like
yeah.
they make me
Mine's great.
laugh.
Mine is epic. It's in 4 parts.
All right. Well, I mean, like a good shit.
Yeah, exactly. How long though? I
Damn,
don't
I'm
know.
on fire tonight. That was a good joke. Anyway,
Let's
anyway,
go.
uh, you can give us an abbreviated
Well,
version of.
abbreviated version that was that like when I arrived too harsh, too fast, and too furious, and a lot of people around me at the time were not liking it. So first, the first chance they got were like shanking. Like the first time I got blacklisted from DC and Vertigo and everybody. Although I was like a regular at the offices in New York, and I knew everybody, and like I was going to dinners with them, and like I didn't have a book with them, but I had like a comp box that they kept sending me. So like my what I'm explaining is that like my relations were fine, and then one day, like they had too much fun and too much, I don't know, and like how do I say this?
Too
You
Like
can be
much
everything
frank
that
fun.
and blunt here.
yeah, like everything that has to do with comics on a bigger scale, it's always ends up being convoluted and retarded. So like I'm trying to explain to you what happened to me, and I'm thinking like, what happened to me? Why did I get like what did I do that got me blacklisted from DC? Here's what I did. I had an issue like that I did with the DC for what is it? Northlanders. I did an issue of Northlanders. So, and at the time, my mother was battling cancer, and like I was, making, the money and sending them like money. So like I was taking any job that could come my way. So they told me like you have a DC says you have a year to finish it. We'll need it in 6 months. So I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I took this job with Dark Horse. What does that have to do? I have no idea. But apparently, when I finished Northlanders, I got like this big email from an editor at DC, like telling me that I choked the golden goose, and like I throw away like what was it, like that this will stay with me because it's so stupid. Like, imagine reading this out of the blue, that I have a list of artists as long as my sleeve that would walk on broken glass with on hands and knees for a glimpse of what you just did, which was the Northlanders book. I was like, whoa, you really are like out there, buddy. This is comics, relax. Jesus. And it's like my livelihood, and I don't act like that. Relax. But the problem was that like they thought the writer was went to the editor and started like venoming his way, and they had like an intern that somebody that worked a girl that worked in DC that they were trying to get as a girlfriend, and she didn't wasn't having it, and she left and went to Dark Horse, and I was working with Dark Horse, therefore I'm an asshole. And he actually said it in his email. Go play with your friends at Dark Horse now. I was like, what? It's like you're 50 and I'm 20, 24. Relax. God damn.
Right. It was almost kind of like you found your cool new friends. Now go be cool and smoke behind the gym with them
Yeah.
ass.
But yeah,
Yeah, the
that was
old
in 2000. Sorry. I'm just gonna like, make it shorter.
no,
And the
that's
second
okay.
time, I'm sorry, but it was like with Gerard Way, when he hired me to do the concept and the look for what became the Killjoys with Dark Horse, and I was there with them in the studio, and I was working on the stuff, on the designs, on the costumes. I did the costumes. I'm sorry.
Real quick, I just have to ask you a question. Gerard Way of
Yeah,
Umbrella Academy fame and
yeah,
the
yeah. That guy.
and the rock band?
Yeah, yeah.
No shit.
You don't know
Wow.
about this? Oh,
Dude,
awesome.
No,
Vasilis used to eat caviar off of naked ladies' asses, if you didn't know.
No.
I wish I knew you back when. I would have loved to have partied with you.
Yeah. Ooh, caviar. Yay. I love caviar.
I know there's always a fishy smell down there somewhere.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's always something fishy with
digress.
comics.
Um, yeah.
So, yeah.
So that
So
was the second
cancellation.
time. That was the
Yeah.
second time you said, right?
The second time was that if you don't know what happened, is that like I did like basically uh I I created everything that has to do with visuals, and then they stopped. Like he was like, oh, we fired our drummer, and the project is on pause. And the next thing I know, like all my stuff is out. Like they're selling merch, and they're selling replicas of my designs, and they're selling like the props, the guns, the laser guns that I designed, and they have a comic book coming with Dark Horse. And not only I'm not like credited, I'm not anywhere, and
They didn't
not
want to pay you.
only I'm not credited, I'm not like, and no, 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 anywhere, but like Gerard came out and said that he created everything himself, and then like he presented like tracings of my designs. I was like, dude, now you're pushing it. So I went public,
Wow.
and thus I became cancelled. Yeah, like you mentioned Umbrella Academy. Word is that, I mean, word. It's, the guy that the ghostwriter of Umbrella Academy is Scott Alley, who was the editor at Dark Horse. So he was protecting his investment. So like, pop
Wow.
stars like that, they have a huge sense of entitlement. So like, if you're a pop star and you go like to the small retarded child of media comics, and you're like, I don't want this guy ever again. And he told me, like, he sent me an email saying that, like, yeah, you'll never work in this city, blah 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 blah. I have it. I posted
What a
it.
scumbag.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's bullshit. And that's all
Yeah, I'm not sure
because of
actually.
because of
It's
what you were
because,
drawing?
yeah, because I said, no, no, it's because I said that he plagiarized me, and like I presented my drawings, and mine. I mean, I presented my
His and
work,
yours.
and yeah, and it's like I didn't even have to say anything. It's obvious. That's why it was so effective, because like there was no way about it.
I'm wondering if plagiarizing in that way, because you're Greek and not a United States citizen, and makes, the whole like being litigious very difficult, is do you
Makes
Yeah,
you
do you
international, yeah.
agree with that? That
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
came to
definitely, dude. You nailed it. You nailed it. It's
That's
Okay.
exactly
so
what
scummy
happened, and
to
I
take advantage of somebody
yeah,
like
I
that.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it is kind of,
there's a
it's more difficult to steal from an American as an American company, but this guy's
Right.
all the way in Greece. What's this
yeah.
motherfucker gonna do except for complain?
Until he comes to the
And
United States
it's
with a
very insidious
baseball
actually,
bat.
because like they knew that I would. Yeah, well, I was there. I was there. I was there. I was living in New York,
No,
but
with a
but
baseball bat.
I mean, I wasn't. Yeah, I have one right here, well used. But anyway, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck
him.
that.
Exactly.
I'll tell you another
Anyway,
time.
you know what? You know
Yeah.
what? And that's the thing too. I think we're good on your cancellation story, because this is like giving me douche chills, all over and over, and I'm
Mm.
like, okay, all right, that's the story. Like, Vasilis
Yeah,
has been
yeah,
fucked
yeah,
over multiple times. I've been fucked over in creative
yeah.
ventures. It happens.
Oh,
So
there
and,
you
and
go.
I'm terribly sorry that it happened. And
Yeah, yeah.
let's
Me
just
too.
look forward to the next time we all get fucked over, right?
Well,
No.
well,
No,
hopefully
no,
Oh, it
no.
not.
hap
I mean,
but it happens. It does
yeah,
happen.
it's it's a circle, keeps on going.
Wait, does that
Is that
mean
karmatic
Oh, you.
retribution?
I'm just thinking of actually, I'm just kind of thinking of Human Centipede right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on over there, like incestuous
Oh,
regurgitation of filth.
wow. Can't believe
Also, a
she went
great
there.
band.
Can't believe she went there.
I did. I did. And it was a good time being there just for one moment. Let's get back to your current project though.
Yes,
So
P-Punk.
something that I saw that you're going to do or have plans. I don't have like very detailed notes, but because this is a comic book rock opera, first, I'd like you to talk on that. But you also have plans to actually produce music and everything. So, following like the explanation of, the rock opera and then production of music,
yes,
I'd like to know more.
yes. Well, I play music, and I enjoy playing it, and I've been doing it for a long time by now, and it's something that I can use. I wanted to use since the 90s, basically, to ideally tell a story in completion. You have like an audiovisual experience, and with this book it makes sense, because as you said, and I'm going to use, it's a comic book rock opera. So like, what's more fitting than a soundtrack? kind of like a
Ye-
Rocky Horror Picture Show. It.
I related
Ooh.
to the comic book Heavy Metal, and the
Yeah,
movie
why not?
had its
Exactly.
own soundtrack.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's like, yeah, I just want to, I mean, why, just make stuff, just communicate it with people. Why not? Why not?
So explain a little bit about the character, because I read something and it kind of clicked with me, and that it's a bass guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing too. So, it is he punk in the bastards of the
Yeah.
universe, right? Not
Yeah,
bastard.
it's bastards, but I just like type, I just spell it like that.
Okay. Well, I
It,
say in
it
my head
yeah,
bastards now.
I know. It's also like I never thought about it, but like when the first time that I heard like bastards, I was like, yeah, bastards.
It works.
It's all
Yes,
in the perception of the person who's reading it.
I know exactly. Like, and
Because
I
I said
live
bastards too.
exactly, and I live a lot to the interpretation with this one. It's very, there are like twists and turns along the way because like it's. I have a big story planned out. It's kind of like a Conan the Barbarian type of story where like you have episodic, self-contained adventures that expand the bigger story. So like anybody can pick it up at any point and have like the fulfillment of a full story, but also like you have the overall other like part of the what's going on. Anyway, yeah.
So
What?
there's two story. There's a backstory and there's a
Yeah,
character
there's
story.
yeah. You're throwing into like this universe where everything is very colorful and music related. Kind of like all the stereotypes. All I want to take all the all the stuff that we make fun of while they're happening, like the like in this one, like the emo goth uh, hot topic type of a crowd, like the scene crowd of MySpace and all that stuff. Like, and I have like I don't know, anything goes, like from reggaeton to I have Joker, the rapper guy. He's like Joker. I don't know. So,
The
That's
yoker. He's yoking it.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
yoking it,
he is
or
pretty
is he
jokey.
choking it?
Both, dude.
That's
or
great.
do you smash Joaquin with Joker and make it Woker?
Walker. Well, anything goes. Again, it's like up to interpretation because it's just a letter. You do what you will with it. And just put the letter J there. How about it? You decide what it is. But
Depends on
yeah,
which
what was
side of
it?
the continent you're reading it on, because
First?
down in South America, the J becomes an H sound.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Walker.
Qua, qua,
or like
quana,
Anything goes.
Juanita,
Joaquin.
Joaquin.
Anything
Exactly.
goes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how you read it.
What's up, Raul? Just wanted to say hello. Hello. He says, "Hail, Dahi Punk." I have to ask because you made kind of the cultural reference of Hot Topic, and I'm like, "There's no way there's Hot Topics in Greece." And then
No,
I
there's
remembered
not.
you did spend a lot of time in the United States,
Yeah,
which I'm sure you kind of would know. Like, how much time have you spent in the U.S.
5 years.
total,
Yeah,
and most of it in New York?
yeah. I lived in Brooklyn, Bay Ridge, like the Russian Polish side.
Well, something when I have international guests come on as well is I'd love to know what you think of Americans or American culture, like seriously unfiltered, uncensored. We can take it. We have thick skins over here.
Funny. I don't know.
No, please, please, like unfiltered, like please do
No,
it
no,
because like
dude.
it really feels like a roast to me.
Yeah.
And I love
I
roasts.
Yeah, but in all honesty, like I had a great time, and I went. I lived initially in Virginia, so like I used to tour and go to conventions throughout the year. So like I saw like pretty much like everything, like from coast to coast and the Midlands and everything. I've been to what was it like a not a flea. It wasn't a flea market. It was one of those things where like they buy houses
Auctions?
of. No, no, no. It was a field,
Oh,
which is also
yeah.
a recurring theme with me. Fields of
Oh,
stuff.
I don't know where you
Anyway,
buy.
Flea markets are bazaars.
yeah, 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 exactly. But it was like
Yeah.
just trucks that they were like download up, offloading stuff from like they bought houses and like they bought like the interior stuff, like all the furniture and all the belongings, and they just like took them to markets. I was going there and I was, being Greek. I was walking around. I was looking at like toys and like Knight Rider like figures and Super Nintendo. And it's like, oh, there's automatic weapons, an RPG, some
That's not being
content.
Greek. That's not called being Greek, Velo. It's called being geek. It's called being geek, not Greek.
Geek,
Geek,
yes.
not Greek.
Thank you. I was trying to like wonder. I was wondering what being Greek meant, and I'm like, this actually sounds
Yeah.
more like drop they are.
Yeah, I said it. I was like, no, no, I'll just keep on talking.
Please do. No, it's all good, bro. That's what we want to get to know you, but we also
Well,
have some
yeah, I don't know.
segments that we got to get into.
Uh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Well,
Just go ahead. Like
oh shit!
I had. I'm sorry. I want to say it's what is it? It's 4 a.m.
I
and
know.
I've had yeah
Which
I had a 2 hour sleep and no, an hour sleep, and I'm up. So like I'm in a situation right here. So like bear with
okay.
me, okay?
So
Smoke a
If I
joint.
talk too
so
much or
base
not at all, I would.
basically you're okay with us like hustling through the show, but Batman was right. We have a few segments to get through, and we will start them now. So, and on that note, also, because you said you reminded everybody of what time it is where you are, thank you so much for making it happen to come on the Creatives Chaos show tonight.
Thank you
And
for
we
having me.
are we are going to get into our segments, which the very first one is mansplain. You get to mansplain to me. So let's get it.
Except now that men won't mansplain to me, I'm realizing I don't know how to do anything.
I don't know how to
No.
do anything. It literally is why I do this show is to have basic concepts explained to me, and I am so very curious about you and your connection with Comicsgate and kind of rising to kings immediately. Like I've been like watching Comicsgate in like an absolute like daze because of all the drama, which I know you're already part of. Have you been around Comicsgate for a long time?
Wait.
Or has
Well,
it
kinda,
been
yeah.
like okay, explain to me, number 1, how you got involved with Comicsgate, and then number 2, um, how do you get that sweet, sweet clout to, like, be able to be
I
invited,
have.
like, on Kings? Because I could use that.
Well, first of all, I know it. Like I've met Ethan like as a human. So
Cool.
at a DC dinner, so like there's like so we have like a common point of reference, being around like the same people and around the same time. But I mean, yeah, it's not like you're like, I'm going to join. You kind of like become by other people make you, I guess. Like I mean, imagine this. Like I'm already like where I am. I'm on my own. I'm like cancelled. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Like I'm working weird jobs and drawing every day while in the cancel zone. And then I hear about this guy that wants to do a comic about with a giant monkey. And this guy from DC went out of his way and pretty much like ended his whole distribution with Antarctic Press, and that guy was Richard C. Meyer. So like I didn't know any of like that stuff. I didn't. I was already out of Facebook, and like I really don't read and many comics. Like I read only comics from my friend and people that show me stuff.
That's
So
interesting. That doesn't happen very often in this space. So
yeah,
cheers
yeah.
to you.
So like I'm explaining that like it's I find out about things through just like stumbling on them, like fumbling around and stumbling on stuff. So yeah, there were like I saw like there were like doing these live streams around 2018. You know, just like being like, hey, what's up? Blah blah blah. Started saying some funny stuff. People laughed, and here we are.
Okay, yeah. So you've been watching for a long time and
Maybe.
hanging out. Yeah. No, I mean bourgeoisie. It just outed you.
I don't know anything about that. No
All right.
idea.
And you know what? In the name of time, that was as much mansplain as I needed because I was curious. I'm like, what's up with this guy in the comics game? He's the king and all this. So,
Yeah.
um, very good job mansplaining. I understand now. For the next 3 minutes, and then I forget what happens on the stream, and I
uh,
don't rewatch my
yes.
live plays because I cringe at myself.
Uh, yeah, me too. I never watch anything. I'm like, enough of that.
Good, good. I think everybody should. It's only the professionals, the
Yeah,
professional live streamers that go back
yeah,
and really analyze what's going on. I'm like, it was good enough. I had this many
yeah,
viewers. Nobody's watching the replay,
yeah.
and I don't care about
Well,
YouTube analytics anyway.
yeah. It's I mean, around and I like you guys have some great talk radio. That's one thing that I really liked about the US is the talk radio. Like I'm a big Art Bell guy, so
Ooh,
that says that.
that
Yeah.
that is the perfect segue into our next segment, which is
Boom.
Cr-
It is
Creative Chaos's Conspiracy Corner.
Spin
done.
the wheel.
I wanna live with a conspiracy girl. I could be prepping the rest of my life with a conspiracy girl.
Those weren't aliens.
So here in Conspiracy Corner, we will
Hmm.
not we will not be suppressed by any of these streaming platforms because I have my handy dandy tinfoil hat on. It's actually like full disclaimer, it's actually made out of aluminum foil, but I mean, do they even make tinfoil anymore? I don't know. If anybody has that information, let me know because I think I really do want an actual tinfoil hat. And I digress. We are now, Vasilis, in Conspiracy
Yeah,
Corner, and I am
that's
blown away that you listened to Art Bell. Like
yeah,
that is
love it.
it's a major gateway into,
Yeah,
knowing the truth and shit. Like, cool.
yeah. You
That's
have no
awesome.
idea. You have no idea.
I don't, but I
The
think we
normie
might have
gateway
an
into
idea very
conspiracy
soon.
theory.
What's that?
Hit me.
The normie gateway to conspiracy theories.
Yes, I literally went like this. Art Bell, Alex Jones. And then I'm like, resist and refuse, bitches. Okay.
You
All
you
right.
you made a huge jump.
I guess. Anyway, it's not about me, it's about Vasilis. And this is so like at the beginning of the show, Batman likes to ask, do, kind of the pop culture thing to get to know people. My favorite way to get to know people is to know how much of a conspiracy theorist they are. Hey, Dark Gift, good to see you. Thank you for popping in and saying what's up.
What's
Remember,
up?
you guys, like, share, and subscribe. All right. So, um, Conspiracy Corner comes with
Mm,
this really awesome conspiracy wheel. And cause if we can bring it up, I'm going to explain the rules to Vasilis here.
nice.
So you can
Oh,
see
nice.
there are
Yay.
multiple conspiracies here. And here's how the wheel works. You get 3 spins. You can
Mm.
choose to stay with either topic 1 or topic 2, or you can spin it a third time, but you're stuck with whatever the third topic is. Side note is you don't actually have to know anything about the conspiracy, and you can literally talk out your ass. And that's why I love having creative people on.
I get it.
You
Nice.
understand
Yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
the wheel works? Are
Yeah, yeah,
you
I get
ready
it.
to spin it?
Well, we'll figure it out. Do I click
Yeah,
it?
let's do it. Spin that
Okay.
wheel.
Boom.
Well, this could go deep
Ah,
if you know
dude,
much.
I do.
All right, all right. And I do love the take on CIA, FBI from foreigners, but you can
Yeah.
spin again if you don't want to speak on this.
No, I did. What do I care? You haven't read, yeah, you haven't read the rest of my comics. So like, there's a lot of stuff going on in there. This is
Okay.
which is why I'm starting with Heat Punk. Just like it's like the pretty bait. Then I'm gonna MK Ultra you into the rest of the stuff.
Ooh. MK Ultra is also on this wheel. But
Yeah, I bet it is.
oh, this is it's funny because CIA, FBI, that is
Hmm.
one of the most broad topics, on the wheel. We do get a little more pointed. So,
Well,
would you like
okay.
to
You want me
stick
to?
with the topic?
I don't mind, but like I feel that you wanna spin it again to get
Oh,
something more
no, no,
sorted.
no, no. I'm basically Vasilis. I am the
Yeah.
hostess with the mostest, and it is absolutely your choice.
I would love to
I
hear
want to
what
get.
this Velo has to say on this topic.
Well, I have to say that CIA, and this is actually like an historical fact, fueled you know that Greece had a dictatorship in the up until like the late 70s,
No,
and we
I'm an
had the yeah,
American, and I don't pay
exactly.
attention to what's happening
No, no,
worldwide.
no,
So,
no. You don't have to pay attention. I'm just like, it's. I'm just saying. Nobody has to know that stuff. But so Greece had like a very vicious dictatorship from the 60s to the 70s, and it was fueled with the money of CIA because they had this thing that they wanted during like a post Hoover and all that stuff. They wanted to eliminate communism, and they had no idea exactly what goes on with Greece and Greeks. And what I'm saying is that like Greece was under occupation by the Germans in the 40s. Okay, so and we liberated ourselves through war and in the streets, like in Athens and everything. And the Germans had the classic traitors of the land that they joined the Germans during that time for power, and they went nuts. So they baptized everybody else a communist, and they had ties. So like to get their way, they teamed up with CIA, and they brought the military coup of the 60s and the dictatorship that was overturned in the 70s. And we also had US bases that they were, running ops. And we also have the SS Eldridge, USS Eldridge, the Philadelphia experiment ship. Uh,
No
woo!
shit.
yeah, check this out. It was bought by Greece, and it was turned into a weather measuring ship, and a family friend who was a neighbor was the captain of that ship. So our my neighbor was the captain of what was the USS Eldridge, and he told me that they were tasked to clean it and like prepare it for weather control equipment, and they had like all this problem because there was like he said like there was just like wires everywhere and wires and wires, and like we didn't know where they started and we didn't know where the wires ended, and he was so pissed about it that because that stuff runs interference with very very delicate weather machinery. So yeah, can I spin
Okay,
again? I'm a
that's dude, that is fascinating. And if you want another spin,
yeah
you do?
yes yeah hit me,
Ah, extended conspiracy corner,
dude.
everybody.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Velo. I think that was awesome. That story. That was wild.
Yeah,
I like
that was
that.
true
bad.
That was cool.
true story. Yeah, I have all sorts of stories, man. I've seen some stuff, and anyway, I'll do I click it? Click it.
Oh,
No,
no, no, no.
we just tell
Our
our
wonderful
disembodied voice
producer,
to spin it.
Cosmic Grandpa, we're spinning the wheel as I pour myself a rum and root beer.
No.
Mandela effect.
Yes.
It's a fun one. I
You
don't
know
think
what I
we've ever
have?
landed on this one.
Yes, it's synchronicity, but it's because I'm here. Do. You know what I have? I have a DVD that went through offset printing, meaning that it was printed in the thousands, and it's a DVD of interview with a vampire, not the vampire, a vampire. It says interview with a vampire, and
I
then
didn't know
I,
that was a Mandela effect.
you,
I didn't know that one. Dude, there's so many. You can't keep track of them all.
well, it's the movie. What's the name of the movie?
Yeah, no, I would have like
It was
from
originally
Say it.
memory,
interview
from
with a
Say it.
memory, I would have said interview with a vampire.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
interview with the vampire, which doesn't make
Bullshit.
sense. It doesn't make any sense. That vampire. Even in anyway. So I have the DVD that I checked it out the other day, and it actually has interview with a vampire, and then underneath says interview with the vampire. I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? And now it's getting
Wait.
too
I'm
weird.
sorry.
Has
Repeat
both
that.
titles. Yeah,
It,
I have
it
a
has both
DVD
titles
that.
on it.
Yeah. I'll. Yeah, I don't have it here now.
Oh,
Pull it out, bro.
oh, that would have been the best. Do you know where it is, though?
Yeah,
Can you leave and go get it?
no,
We will
it's
wait for you. No, it's too
yeah,
far
but
away.
like I no, I have 5 dogs and people sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Remember, it's 4:30 in the morning there, my dear. It's almost 5
I
o'clock.
already forgot.
Almost
Yeah.
5 o'clock in the morning there.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But yeah, let's go. Mandela effect. Which one?
Well, the one for
Yeah.
me in particular that is the biggest one is the Fruit of the Loom logo.
Mm.
You know,
With the cornucopia or
cornucopia.
without the cornucopia?
I haven't met anybody that has said like it's never had the cornucopia.
Yeah, that's the most the most tangible, because like it's called the Mandela effect, but like more people know about Fruit of the Loom than they know about Mandela Nelson. So it's to me like the Fruit of the Loom thing is more of a red herring that.
So what's the difference between the term Mandela effect and butterfly effect?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it's. Can I say?
It's your corner, brother.
No, well, yeah, man. I mean, since you're asking, well, I mean, the thought is that the butterfly effect means that like it's a domino effect of actions, so like it's a big chain reaction, so like something that starts here creates a ripple effect that goes into the future and like becomes something else, like a butterfly flapping its wings. But because it flapped its wings in specific way, you know the the situation around it was shaped in a way that it uh, influenced a series of events that had a specific end result. So like that's how you connect, like one small action is supposed to connect one small action with a bigger one. The Mandela effect is basically as if you're like you get new firmware every now and then, and like things change, like your files are all messed up. It's like I had all these files, where did they go? It's like they don't exist anymore. Fuck.
Interesting. That was a really great description.
I like that. You did, Velo.
Ooh.
You hooked us
I
up on this one. You hooked us
I
up
could
on this.
yeah,
No,
right.
that was a
The
hard
man
one.
just
Good.
wants to go to bed.
That was good. I'll be
No,
thinking about
I'm
that later
having
tonight.
I'm having way too much fun. Can I talk more about the
Oh,
Mandela effect?
Sure,
dude,
go for
we
I fo-
dude. This is
I
your
found a new
show.
we
one.
We're
literally
interviewing you.
basically
Great.
here's how it goes. Is we only have one more segment, and that's going to take 5 minutes, so we can stay in conspiracy corner all you want and do whatever you want. You
Epic.
lead us.
Epic. Check this
Please
out. And I
continue.
want I want the chat to I want to test drive this with a chat, because
Okay.
I don't have anything open, so it won't lag. So I heard you guys know Bernie Sanders, right?
Yes.
Right. I have the specific memory that he died before the second election. And when I
You have
found out, yeah, I thought he was dead, and like I thought I kept seeing like some clips online. I was like, oh, they're using his account to build a legacy or something. I was like, nope, he's alive. I was like, no, he's not alive. He died before the second election. Because I was thinking that when I heard it, I was like, oh, he would be the one to push for the Democrats. But I was like, oh, he's dead. I don't know. Does anybody else like have that sort of maybe?
okay, chat. He is asking a very specific and important question right now of does anybody remember Bernie Sanders dying? I do not. And as we're waiting for the chat to like chime in and confirm that you are crazy, um, I do remember the big Bernie Sanders thing was the meme, the bundled
Yeah,
up meme.
yeah. But it's not a contaminated memory, which it's surprising, because like I'm very OCD with when something off happens, something fringe, something strange. I always go with the most pedestrian, basic explanation, like oh, it's I saw something, a meme or something. It never existed. It was all.
Wait, hold on. We got another one. Maybe. Okay, hold on. Bourgeoisie says, I remember Colonel Sanders dying. Thank you.
He did.
By the way, Headless Bourgeoisie, you've been a delightful chat participant tonight. I hope you come back to future Creative Chaoses and hang out with us.
Yeah, yeah. This guy, man, I'm so uh, conspiracies aside, fucking, I love that stuff, and it also it helped it kept me company, during radio is very comforting to people, and this is why, like, live streams are great for people, and it's very reassuring. It's very human in a way, having a voice on the other end, and like working around and like doing something or doing nothing, and having somebody like talking
You know
about
what?
whatever.
Well, and it basically is, first off, it's basically opened up an opportunity for, regular Joe Schmo to do the talk show type of thing.
Mm.
And I really appreciate that. But the other reason I personally love live streaming is I hate social media, like with a burning passion. But live
Me too.
streaming, you don't have to deal with all of that misunderstanding because people can't read sarcasm, or it
Yeah.
literally is, we are interfacing. I can see your face, you can see my face. We are on very different. Oh, I wish you wouldn't have done that.
Can't see shit. I can't see
No.
anything, dude. I'm so I got old. I got old and my eyes were like, fuck you, we're out. I was like, no, eyes, I need you. Come
Oh,
back.
well, let me ask you this. Are those prescription sunglasses?
No. They're
Okay.
for your protection.
Like,
No.
have
It's
you heard of sun gazing?
yeah.
Because he's a
No, actually no.
vampire.
What do you think about sun?
Mm.
Because we are in Conspiracy Corner, and I've only recently, I think in the last 3 months or something, heard that number one, sunglasses are bad because you need, the sun to actually get in your eyes. But further
That's true.
from that is
Mhm.
people actually saying, no, you do need to stare in the sun. I'm like, have you heard that?
It Oh god. Oh no.
Right? But are we so like
Yes,
mind controlled, where, but also at the same time you don't want to go blind, so you don't want to
yeah.
test it
Like,
yourself.
it's like yeah, you're gonna like fuck the man. I'll stare at the sun. It's like,
The rebellion youth in our soul.
yeah,
The
it's
rebellion youth in our soul. That's what it
like
is.
like teenage punks walking around in the blind. Like,
I'm sorry, I have to point out, no, cause bring that back up. Our wonderful producer, Cosmic Grandpa, just, just made a banner. I love you so much.
disclaimer.
You've you've got a savage sense of humor, and I'm so
Nice.
happy you're my producer.
We've had several disclaimers on Three Beermen too.
Have
We
you?
used to roll. Oh yeah, in the very beginning when we first started out, we used to scroll our disclaimer at the beginning of each show and then at the end of each show.
Mm.
Awesome.
Bruce, buddy, what do you have there? What's behind you? What is going
Oh
on there?
God,
It's
that's
quite
a
a bit
whole nother
actually.
show.
I've been collecting Batman for well over 45 years. I've amassed a collection
Cool.
of some crazy stuff. I have I
Nice.
was in the I was in the comic industry on the fringe. I wasn't anywhere in it like you, but I was in the toy industry on the fringe. I was a journalist for the
Nice.
internet when it first came out, when I first found the internet in the early 80s. I was
Inquest.
writing articles for toonzone.net.
Mm.
Toonzone.net,
Mm.
and the name of my articles were called It Figures. And I would go to
Mm.
Toy
Yeah.
Fair in New York City. Have you ever been to New
Nice.
York City Toy Fair?
No. No.
You've
I
been to New
missed it
York
because
Comic Con though, right?
yeah. I went to the first one,
Okay.
and everyone since I left.
Okay. So think of Toy Fair as a toy version of Comic Con. You go to all the
Yeah. No.
vendors, you get to see all the new toys coming out for the new year. And so I've been doing that for the last 40 years.
Yeah. Let me introduce something into the conversation. I also make toys.
That's
I
wild.
I make figures. I've made like a small like muscle figure of my own a few years back, and we did a small round for they took them convention. It was very successful, very nice.
Do you have any
But yeah,
left?
I have I have yeah. Let
I would
me
I would love to get a
yeah
hold of one of your
yeah
figures if you have,
yeah.
because
Let me
I collect everything, but Batman's always been my mainstay. But I've been going to Toy
awesome.
Fair for well over 45 years, and I used to have a podcast with another buddy of mine. You can go on YouTube and see it, Nerds in a Bar. And Cosmic Grandpa and I are going back to my first convention in 5 or 6 years since I broke up with my business partner on Nerds in a Bar. And so we're going to our first con together. And I'm going to focus on the overall convention, not just, the comics or the art. We want to visit with some of the artists. I'm hoping some of our artist friends will be there from, Madness Comic Network. And if you are, please let us know. I'm sorry, Christy,
Keep
what?
the hat on. Keep the hat on. Keep the hat on.
Are
I
you
muted.
shooing me off?
I muted. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I was. I was like, are we out of conspiracy corner? Are we talking about toys now? I don't know what the
No,
fuck.
no, no, no. Conspiracy. I'm sorry. I'm a bit of a chaotic force. So yeah,
That is why,
conspiracies.
dude. I don't know if you saw. By the way, thank you again so much for helping promote this stream on
Wait,
social media. Like, it's like
that was.
fucking
Uh,
pulling teeth. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to rant for 1 second
yeah,
in
yeah. Go.
conspiracy
Sorry.
corner. Future guests, take a note from Vasilis. This guy, he's got big dick energy, right? He's an important. If you don't, like, seriously, promote a fucking stream. It's not it's like there's a little button on Twitter. It has like two arrows that kind of go in a circle. Push the button, and if you're funny enough, fucking like put in a little funny thing like, "Ooh, I'm excited to go on Creative Chaos tonight." It helps us all. So thank you, Vasilis. Like, I really super appreciated what you did for the stream tonight, which now has 40 viewers. So if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe.
Nice. Man, it's so
Thank you.
hot.
Thank you for letting me rant for 1 moment. We are still in conspiracy corner, however.
Yes, let's.
Let him spin
Conspiracies. What?
one more time.
Oh, do you want to spin again? You don't. You want to go to
Yes.
bed. You do?
No, no, no. Spin it. Spin it. Spin that shit.
Best conspiracy corner ever. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
dude.
We're gonna bring that wheel back up.
Yeah, boy. Book it up, boy.
Let's just spin it. Vasilis can probably like talk on every subject on this entire wheel.
Yeah.
We've got a very American thing here. The Federal Reserve. You can
Oh
spin
yeah,
again.
that stuff. It's gone. Next. Spin it. No, it's gone. Deal with it. Wow.
All right, we got the aliens. The aliens. Now, me personally, I hear a lot of people saying
We have
there are
we have
no aliens,
arrived.
there's demons, but you can speak on this however you like. If you want, we can spin again if you want.
How do? No, no. I'm thinking. No, no, no. This is my jam. This is
All right,
100%
aliens.
my jam. You have no idea. I'm just thinking like what how much of a in hot water do I want to land myself in? Yes, thank you
No.
for sharing Apex. But yeah, what about them? They're out there. They're a lot. I've seen some shit, haven't you?
Oh,
Oh my
I've
God.
seen
Am I
a
rowboating?
thing.
What is
I've
going
seen
on?
a thing. No, I heard everything that you just said. But
So
I have to
Okay.
know what. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Batman. What shit have you
I,
seen?
I, I wanted to ask you, which versions of aliens have you seen?
Uh, mm, well, the undisputed stuff that again, like when something happens, I like to pull first off like the most pedestrian logic basic stuff. But it's just like your I've seen a type of flying unknown unidentified object which seemed to be under intelligent control that I've never seen represented in media. somehow. And it's very strange because like it's a thing that other people have seen too and have talked about it. And anyway, here's how it goes. I also did a comic about it. My first UFO sighting. But like it was,
Your
imagine like this
first,
thing.
hold on. How I'm sorry, just real quick side note.
Yeah, sorry.
How many have you seen? Because you said your first.
Yeah, well, that's yeah, that's the funny thing is that in the comic too, like I say that like being in the 90s in Greece, like you had to, everything was very dangerous. Like you would be jumped and mugged like at any given point. So like if you're a kid, like I was like, what was I, 12 or something, and I was returning home at night with my skateboard, and like there were like, some sketchy adult-ish looking guys coming my way, and I was like, God damn it. So like when I go like this, I started looking up, and this is how I remember, because like it was like a thing that like went like this, and then like went like this, and then like this, and then like it goes like it goes like and like shots out like with this insane like it just like it looks like it exploded and sucked itself into it.
You've seen those things on, for anybody that like researches those things, you've seen that video that does a similar thing, I think.
No, no, no. I actually
Like
haven't.
where it
So
looks like
it's
it. You've never seen something like that? Where it
on
looks like
video. No,
really? Where it looks
no,
like
because
a singular object explodes and then
oh yeah,
disappears.
yeah. There's you're talking about the video that like kind of like goes like this and then leaves.
I think so, yeah.
That thing went like it exploded, and like it went like whoo. It was, I cannot explain it. Like it's like, I, I cannot put it into words because it was a very strange spatial thing to see with your eyes. It kind of like you were looking at it and it didn't make sense. So like that's why I remember it, because it didn't make sense. And I'm like, what the fuck is this thing?
You know what? I have to interrupt you in this story because I am wondering from your own opinion, because I kind of hold this opinion of basically if a person is more in tune with like the truth or really kind of like looking for this stuff, the more you're going to see this kind of stuff. Would you agree with that?
Yes and no. And since we were talking about Art Bell, there were like so many people that came on, and they were like, for lack of better word, ufologists, and they were like, "Oh, I've never had an experience. I've never seen anything, but the accounts are such and such." So, like, on one hand, I agree with you, because, like, if you're in in a very specific mindset of like, being, I guess, aware of things, you might pick up some stuff, but there are also like people that are looking for it for their whole lives, and like nothing happens because maybe, I don't know.
But also maybe they're just not like vibing right with it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's where I'm getting at. Like,
mhm,
you kind of have to, like, if like we're like this, you kind of have to go like boop and see it.
right. Interesting.
It's And again, like, because it's stuff that we cannot like point out and show, it's also, we're having this in a way speculative conversation. But yeah, I mean, aliens, definitely, yeah. The whole stuff is, the whole thing is there, as far as I'm concerned. Like, you have like the drones, the gray drones, the harvesters, which are supposedly the EBEs, ebens, as Linda Moulton Howe calls them, the ebens.
Oh. I like to call her Linda Molten Lava Cake Hal.
Yeah, it's because it's melting.
Molten lava cake. I don't
uh,
know. I don't know if molten lava cake is a thing in Greece or if you experienced one while you
no,
were in the US. Usually they're
no.
terribly done,
Oh well,
but as a home baker,
yeah.
we've done them very well
Oh,
here. Um,
cool.
on that note, and only because we're not going to spin again, because we do need to close
Nah,
out the show
yeah,
sooner or later. But I do like, just kind of on the note of like your UFO experiences and everything. I do want to know if you've had other like high strangeness, maybe even
yes,
leading
yes,
towards
yes. Oh,
ghost stories or anything like that.
yeah,
I'd love
yeah.
to know.
I have a lot of ghost stories. A lot of them. A lot. Way too many. Like, first of all,
You've done
like,
a lot of
I
acid, haven't you?
no, I've never done once. How about that?
No. What about
How about
mushrooms?
that? Maybe.
Okay. Well, same
Maybe
thing. It's like
later,
six six
later on in life.
6 dozen of one or a 5 million dozen of the other. Who cares?
It was later on in life, way, way after like all this stuff. Like because
Okay.
even my first graphic novel is kind of like about that. I My mother's father was a real life inglorious bastard, and he was in the service that was keeping in line the resistance. He killed a lot of people. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, both.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in charge of uh, correcting the traitors. So
Dude, we could
yeah,
talk fucking Vasilis. I think I need to be your best friend from now on
yeah,
because like I want to
we should
talk to you
talk.
for hours.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is like he killed like they were killing a lot of Germans, and where we lived when we had our own house, uh, it was our house was on top of my grandfather's house. So like, and apparently the whole area filled with Nazis, dead Nazis, because like that's it. It wasn't like a live up like a residential area. So during the occupation, every Nazi they used to kill, they used to bury them over there. So when the war was over, and and they told him like you can get some land because you fought and this and that, so he was like, I want that piece of land around that area. And it was because he knew the area because he was scouting it to bury Germans. So like,
Really?
yes. So like my whole like I didn't know any of this, and like I kept seeing like with the corner of my eye like people going by, and I was like, I was a kid. I was like, they're all soldiers. They're soldiers. I didn't know anything about that stuff. So like when I found out about it, I was like, ah. So like you're telling me our house is built on a dead Nazi burial ground? Great. Yeah,
Dude.
yeah, and there were like a lot of things going on. That we had like 2 or 3 murders like right in the corner, and they were like completely fucked up and random.
Dude, I'm
Anyway,
starting to get like skeevy weird goosebumps.
yeah.
That's my sign of like he's telling the fucking truth.
Oh yeah, okay. That's true though. Like the confirmations they call them, the goosebumps, both of hands.
Very
Yeah, yeah.
fantastically interesting.
Yeah, I get stories, man.
Yeah. All right, you guys. I am thinking that Vasilis need like I feel like I want to do a special stream with Vasilis, like that's not necessarily Creative Chaos or maybe Creative Chaos morning edition, so it fits with the schedule. So we can do an entire conspiracy stream
Yeah,
together. Like that
tinfoil in the
I think
morning.
would be fun. That would be
Yeah,
really fun. But for
definitely.
tonight, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna take off
Yeah,
my tinfoil hat. Vasilis,
Uh,
you've been a wonderful, wonderful guest, and something that I've never done before because I always do it backstage. But I'm feeling the vibes, man. I'm thinking you had a good time. Would you
yeah,
agree with
definitely.
that? Okay, I'm
Yes.
gonna ambigonate you. All right.
Mhm.
And if you would do me a huge favor, because I am going to turn this into a promotion, can you just talk real quick on the fun time you had or whatever you want to say about being on Creative Chaos tonight?
Ah, creative chaos. What a place. What a place of tinfoilery. What a place of fun. What a place of joy. What a place to be. Awesome. That's what I
That
have to
that
say.
was fantastic. Thank you so much for doing that. I am gonna cut that into a short.
Excuse me, my dear. We're forgetting one thing.
Oh no, we have one more thing. I did
Yeah.
warn
Okay.
him. Yeah.
Okay.
We are going to get into our branding segment of Creative Chaos, and I did put something together for you for branded that is super short. Lucky for you, you can finally go to bed.
Oh,
But
oh.
basically, you leave with a Flip City brand, and what comes with that is you're always invited back to a Flip City FAFO stream where we do all kinds of weird shit that I think you would also enjoy.
Like what?
Not like sexual or anything,
No,
but
weird. Like I don't know. Are, are we? Eating wood? What are we doing?
oh, you just made that sound very sexual.
Oh,
we
just
we
look
already
around. So,
established at the beginning of the show you like creamy things in your mouth.
yeah, what can I
All
do?
right.
Uh,
and then and you
got a
choke the golden
sweet brain.
goose.
Yeah,
All
fucking
right.
goose deserve to be choked. Fucker.
On oh, which by the way, I think Apex way earlier said Vasilis choked the golden goose and then it laid like a dozen golden eggs or something like that. It was kind of
Bow.
cute.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, so we are going into our branded segment. Eventually, one of these days, I am going to make a stinger, but like it needs to be really good. And that's why I keep delaying. Anyway, so we're going to the branding segment, and I chose something that I thought you might enjoy, and we're flipping way back to issue 5 of Flip City magazine to find this for Vasilis himself. All right. So, Vasilis, here's how the branding segment works.
Hmm.
Basically, I'm going to read you in, and then
Hmm.
you're going to read I think I have 4 panels for you here. Does that
Cool.
make sense? Can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see the screen?
It's black.
Yes, but you can see it, and your eyesight is good enough to possibly read off of
Yeah,
it.
that's fine. I'm not that old, man.
All right,
I'm only
all right.
44.
I got a few years on you, buddy. All right, I'm going to
Cool.
read you in here, and we're
Yeah.
going to start this branded segment. Are you ready to rock? And it's all you from here.
Ow. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Wait. Anticlimactic. What the fuck?
You're here with
Rock.
Flip City.
Okay, here we go. Rock Hard Promotions presents the edgiest, most hardcore rocker in the history of rock, live, one night only.
Huh?
Doo doo
Beep, boop,
doo.
boop, beep, beep, boop.
And now, rockingest rocker in the history of rock and roll reads from his new book. I was born on a quiet night in Stepforthshire.
Womp, 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 womp.
Oh.
And now you are officially branded
Uh,
with a Flip City brand.
nice.
And you are
Wow.
invited back to all FAFO streams. So you will get those invitations when we do them. And basically, we do a lot of live reads and do them to promote Flip City Magazine. Vasilis, I am going to send you a couple of our editions because I think you will really enjoy them. And
Nice.
really, we just fucking look for love.
Oh,
So,
who
um,
doesn't?
exactly. It's why we do what we do, isn't it?
Yeah, communication and fun and love. Perfect.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna hand it to you. I'm gonna embiggen you, and this is your chance to tell everybody what you want them to do.
Be cool. Be nice. Be excellent to each other.
And where can we
And
find you?
and
Where
and
can we find you?
Ah,
also back he punk.
yeah, whatever. Fuck Heap Punk. That fucking guy. Fuck Heap Punk. Fuck him in his blue ass.
Also fuck he punk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop in one moment. I will drop the link to the campaign in the chats. It's
Oh
also
yeah, sorry. It's $25 for 75 plus pages. It's digital, but you'll get it fast. And the more people back it, the more pages I add. And it's a comic book rock opera, as our friend here said. And your every bugger is gonna get a free soundtrack, which is recorded by me, Vasilis Lolos. That's my name.
woo. That was a great pitch, actually. I kind of preferred fuck he punk, but
Yeah,
you
fuck
know.
you, punk. Fucking guy. What a mutt. What a useless mutt.
All right, your time in the spotlight's over. Now it's time for my wonderful co-host, Bruce Q. Wayne.
Hi guys. So you can find me with Cosmic Grandpa, the disembodied voice, on Three Beermen every Sunday night. We go live at 7 o'clock Big Apple time, 4 o'clock Avocado time, where we get to hang out and chill and talk about beer, pop culture, and technology. And Mr. Self Destruct just said, I looked for love and found Vasilis.
Aw, that's so
Oh,
sweet.
big heart,
Aw.
big heart, big heart.
I actually love all the love that I've seen for you across social media, even though I
uh,
personally have just discovered you because, like
yeah.
you, I'm not a book person. So, like, I don't know what's
Ugh.
happening, and I'm like, oh,
No, I
look,
have no
this
idea.
guy's taking heat. You know? Oh
Yeah.
no, I discovered you from Comicsgate Commandos, which
Nice.
on that note. We are actually extending our campaign 2 days to close on April 2nd. And the countdown is going to be on Comicsgate Commandos, which I'm super excited about. We have a little less than $700 to raise to unlock the free magazine for all physical backers. So check me out next Tuesday over on Comicsgate Commandos with the wonderfully nice and very talented voice actor Patrick Quinlan over there. I've enjoyed visiting that stream. So that's happening
Yeah.
next Tuesday. And in the meantime, like, if you guys don't want my campaign to absolutely stall, because the last money I made was on Katie did stream like 2 weeks ago. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I
It's
kid.
a it's a time of it's people it's tight, I guess. It's
No,
fine though, right?
no, no, no. It's tax refund season. Like,
No,
this is
there we go.
the time. This is the time to back. We have a
He
campaign
punk.
live. Actually, Key Punk first on Indiegogo, and then visit fundmycomic.com/flipcity24 to back us over there. I've got 28 backers. Literally,
Nice.
we Flip City Magazine should be the fucking darling of Comicsgate. It really
I
should.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, but like I have no idea what's going on. Like, and my my life is pretty strange. But what is I like what is the magazine about? I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm gonna send you a digital copy, and you
Mm,
will learn. You will learn, and you're basically gonna shit yourself laughing.
awesome. I mean,
Like
I hope.
I'm and yeah, no, that by the way, it what I just said had no like guilt tripping, although women are very good at that. I meant no guilt tripping. And Tank Ferret, this is his go-to quote, which is on our website. It's like Mad Magazine and
Mm,
cracked, but good.
I
It
And
like
you're
literally
going to
Tank.
want to
Tank is
keep it
funny.
in the shitter because you're going to shit yourself when you read it.
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like
what
that.
I, I agree with that. Like that's the ultimate test. Like I did a comic, 90 pages of autobio tales from the 90s Greece, and I gave it to a friend. A friend. I have no friends. I gave it.
Well,
I gave it.
okay,
I
I
gave
like
it to
that.
somebody, and I was like, take it to the bathroom because I know that's the ultimate test. And I knew the moment that he spent those over 20 minutes there that it was good because he started reading and stopped shitting.
Nice. Yep. I've had mixed reviews on keeping it in the bathroom. Some people are like super special and they're like this, "Oh, but I don't want to damage my poor Flip City by putting poop flakes on it." And we're like, "Fuck that. We're not precious. Like it literally is good for a shit and giggle. That
I'm
is what Flip
waiting
City's made for."
I'm waiting for you to get the
Nice.
letter that says, "Thank God I had Flip City magazine in the bathroom because I ran out of toilet paper and I had to rip out a page to wipe my ass with
Uh,
it."
Bruce,
uh,
by the way, you've never given us a quote, and I'm just clipping that and I'm putting it on our website. So
there you go.
there it is.
Done.
All right, you guys. That does it for Creative Chaos tonight. Thank you, visit like this. I'm sorry, I'm kind of mind blown at how fucking fantastic this episode was.
Yeah,
I've
it's
had a
fun.
wonderful I always have a wonderful time, but like you as promised brought that chaotic energy that I
Sorry.
always look for. It's called Creative Chaos. You
I
brought the
guess.
I promised people on Twitter, I said,
Yeah.
"He's gonna bring it," and you did, even though it's, like, crazy weird hours for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I think I might love you,
Uh,
but in a super straight,
get me to talk
not
about
gay way.
fucking the weird stuff. I'm sorry. I'm gonna interrupt and be like, I want to talk about aliens and shit.
Do you wanna stream again in the near future? I'll set
Yeah,
something
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah,
We can talk
yeah.
about
Do
that.
it.
We'll spin the
Yeah,
wheel all day.
fuck it. Let's do it.
We
Alright,
could
let's do it. I'll set that up with you.
we could always have him on Three Beermen Cosmic and have him talk with Hang Ten Alien Surfer, our very own
Yeah, fuck it.
alien on the show.
Yeah,
We'll set that up backstage if you hang out long enough. We literally have actually we can as soon as we end the stream, we can start talking backstage. But
cool.
for now, let's end Creative Chaos and we will see you next week. Not Vasilis, but everybody else, unless you come hang out in the chat.
Maybe, maybe if I'm up.
Yeah, right. But for tonight,
I'm
we're
usually up.
waving goodbye. We all wave goodbye on Creative Chaos. We'll see you guys next week. Bye. Thank you, Headless Boot.
Okay, class. List everything insensitive, exclusionary, bigoted, nationalistic, misogynistic, and offensive that you can find in history's great myths and legends. Extra points for suffering panic attacks or emotional outbursts. Fact check every opinion against the lived experience of your comrades and allies so you can avoid forming a criminal opinion. scrutinize it cover to cover. Wrongthink, misgendering, dead naming, misinformation, microaggressions. Leave no page unturned.